This is The Great Expanse by John Bapp 426 here on YouTube, and this is the recap with no cap. Wonder Man, first season, this might be the only season of the show, episode 3, Pacoima. Now, I was wondering what that meant, Pacoima was, but it gives us a little bit of a background on, I keep calling him Stewie from Succession, the guy from Damage Control, and they're in a meeting, and they're told by the director that they're cutting costs because I guess there just weren't enough fires for them to put out. He said, especially here in the LA area. So Stewie needs funding for Damage Control. So he tells Trevor Slattery, who is still in existence for some reason, played by the immaculate actor Sir Ben Kingsley. That's why it was such an offense to me when his Mandarin character, who was imposing, who was menacing, who was dreadful. I mean, I really thought that Iron Man was going to have a problem because even the way he was portrayed, I didn't think he was going to be the 10-ring Mandarin from the comic books, you know, the magician, the sorcerer type. He didn't even have to be. He was great as a terrorist and just in charge of all these different... I would have been perfectly happy if the Mandarin that Sir Ben Kingsley was portraying originally just had supervillains at his beck and call. You know what I mean? Like protectors or whatever, because he didn't look like he could fight. But he just seemed to command such dread, and it was so disappointing. You could feel the air deflate, or I don't think that's the right word. But that reveal of him being a soccer-loving Cockney actor just took all the air out of the balloon in the theater. It was gone. We were just literally watching the rest of the movie with no really investment in it. And Guy Pearce turned out to be the real Mandarin and played Aldrich Killian. A no-name. Nobody knows who that is. So anyway, Trevor Slattery is still in existence. He's been good in this series, okay? He's a better actor than Yaya, which isn't a disrespect to Yaya, because as I said, Sir Ben Kingsley is one of the greatest actors of all time, okay? So Stewie from Succession, I don't remember his name, tells Trevor we need some juicy information on Simon Williams so that they can seize him, so they can get money to, you know, go after Simon. And then I guess Stewie will be the face of Damage Control. I don't know what his aim is. So Simon has a birthday party to go to for his mother, okay? It's in a place called Pacoima. I've never heard of it. So Trevor is a little pushy here. He's like, oh, sounds exciting? You know, he does that thing with his voice. So they go out to Pacoima. The mother has a very put-on Haitian Creole accent, in my opinion, okay? It's very put on. She looks very ethnic, though, because she's not a traditional actress-looking person. You know what I mean? Like, she has a wide face, and she looks like somebody's real mom, okay? So she's just delighted with Simon. Simon lies, tells her that he's working when we know that he got fired from American Horror Story, okay, for being too pushy, for just trying to put too much into a small scene. When you're supposed to say something to a lady, and he's supposed to get his head bit off in the next, like, frame or something. So there's that. So he's lying about his acting job. She's convinced. I think his mom knew. I think mother sort of had that intuition. She probably knew he wasn't doing anything with his life. She was just happy that he was probably on his own. I think that's probably what it was. So enter Eric. And he said his name so ethnically that it didn't roll off the tongue naturally. You know how if you speak to somebody that has an accent, they just say the name and it doesn't really sound like they're putting it on? Like, I work with a large Hispanic-speaking population. So instead of saying Eric, it just rolls off the tongue. Eric. Like, you don't really hear the R too much. So here she said, Eric is here. So that's what made me think that maybe she really wasn't even Creole, or that she was just really overdoing the accent, okay? So Eric walks in, fresh out of Old Navy with his attire on. Yaya's outfit is still abysmal, okay? And I was thinking, I said this jokingly, I said his gear alone, he had a gray sweatshirt on and high water pants and white sneakers. That should have been the giveaway that he's not working. He's not earning a paycheck because of his gear. His fit was trash, okay? It's been trash this entire series. So, of course, Trevor is trying to get information about who Simon Williams is. He starts interviewing people at the party. I'm going to say it like this, okay? Yes, I believe that Simon Williams' character has a Haitian Creole background. You really see with his mom. Trevor talks to an aunt who has a bit of an accent. Eric has no accent, his brother, okay? And it does not portray or convey Haitian culture. This party it just seems like an American party that people went to after work. They all have on regular gear that you can buy at Old Navy or Abercrombie and Fitch or 21 and up, or not 21 up. What's it called? 21 and over, whatever it's called. And I'm like, I don't feel any Haitian culture here. I grew up on a block. I'm from Philadelphia. There was a Haitian family at the middle of the block on both sides of the street. My brother and I and my friends would eat at that house almost like we lived there. I know what Haitian culture is. I'm just saying this from firsthand experience. I don't see any visual representation of Haitian culture in that party. So Eric, the non-accented, I guess because he's been in America for a long time, he talked about his insurance company. And the way this party is shot, I don't like the way the party is shot because it almost seems like it's Eric's birthday party. Like he seems like he's like the center of attention in the show. From the show's perspective, it seems like he's the party, like it's about him. And then I was watching, I said, wait a minute, this isn't his birthday party, it's his mom's birthday party. So she's cleaning dishes. That's when Trevor goes in and talks to her. They talk about the fire. He was 13 years old. He was left home by himself. She's like, I shouldn't have never left him home by himself. Okay, that's obviously a reactionary point of view. You know, any mother would probably say that. But he was 13. He should be able to handle a stove. So you know, as the viewer, that it's obviously an outward manifestation of his powers, which is called the ionic powers, okay, in the comic books. So Trevor gets this bit of information. You can see that Trevor is having doubts. He's a little conflicted about doing this behind Simon's back because Simon has really become a friend of Trevor. Trevor has no friends. Simon has no friends. So they're friends. They're brothers. You know, like the old Wayne show. So at the party, Eric has done nothing but just downplay how important Simon is. He's talking about how he's not really an adult in so many words. He didn't use those exact words. But he says he doesn't do anything. He knows he's not working. It's at his mother's birthday party. So when they're in the kitchen, I think the party is dying down. Eric really goes to town on Simon. I'm like, what is the point of this manufactured tension here? I was like, it just ruined the party. It ruined the vibe. All it did was make Simon's eyes go blue and he destroyed the table. And so later, after the party, after the destruction of the table, Simon and Trevor drive to this overlook of Los Angeles. And he says that nobody outside of the family would ever be able to see that, what he manifested. So Trevor says, I have to go pee. So he gets rid of the wire, because Stewie gives him a wire about the size of an old AC adapter they used to plug into your old video game systems to get them to work. This thing was huge, okay? I know at one point of the party when somebody's talking, I think his mom, Trevor sort of like angles his chest forward, which is kind of funny because it's like he's like trying to make sure they hear what he's saying. So Trevor, again, conflicted because he sees Simon as a friend. Probably the fact that he's a fellow thespian, fellow actor. So he gets rid of the wire, all right? And as he's coming back to the car, Simon says, he gets news. He says, both of us have callbacks for the Von Kovac movie, Wonder Man. And that's how the episode ends. This was backstory on Simon, but to me, it was boring. To me, it was boring. I'm watching like, okay, you can tell an intriguing story with compelling dialogue. I'm not an action junkie. I didn't need, Simon manifested, his hands are glowing, he punched something, blah. The buildup was boring. I was not invested in this. And yes, I did pay attention because I do an audio track, I do audio commentary. So I'm speaking as I'm watching, okay? So I don't do video reaction because I need OBS for that. Maybe support the channel. Okay, all right, I'm gonna stop, all right. So I'm like, this is boring. And it's like, well, you're getting backstory, but it's not intriguing backstory. Okay, so he had a oven that caught fire. The beginning of the episode is a flashback of him at the doctor's office. His clothes are burnt, but he's fine. That's what the doctor says. She says at one point, this is probably the healthiest 13-year-old I've ever seen. We know why, because we're the viewers. So I'm like, so as far as a backstory goes, other than his brother riding him unmercifully in the fire, I don't get anything that I care about Simon. I knew that he liked the movie Wonder Man because he went to see it with his father, Sanford, who passed away. Seems like fathers never survived the MCU, but that's another issue. So I'm like, I don't get what everybody else likes about this episode. Boring. Not even dialogue driven, not even compelling dialogue driven. The acting is okay. It's not bad, but it's all right. Trevor's great. He is what he is. Yaya's pedestrian as an actor. Not bad, but just you could honestly substitute any black actor for Yahya Abdul-Mateen. You won't get the same great look that Yahya has, because Yahya has a great commanding presence and appearance. But any black actor would do here. So that's why I think it's a pedestrian acting performance from Yahya. Boring episode. Boring. This episode gets a C minus. C minus. Not compelling, not interesting, not good. It was not interesting. C minus. This is The Great Expanse by John Bat 426. The recap with no cap. I'm trying to keep this short because I did not enjoy this episode. I love dialogue-driven stuff, like stories like Succession, stories like Game of Thrones. I like stories that are driven by compelling dialogue and compelling acting between the characters. The brother-on-brother stuff, it didn't mean anything. This wasn't a great moment. This wasn't a great character moment. Like Simon Williams talking to his mom. I forgot what her name was. She was just gushing over him the whole time. And he's like kind of embarrassed. They're taking a family photo. Everybody's smiling for his mom's birthday party. Simon's like in the background like this, like. And clearly he hasn't done enough to convince his brother Eric that he's about being an adult. That's basically what it came down to. He's like, oh yeah, I bet your mom is supporting you. I hated Eric. Because of the sort of like out of nowhere tension, the manufactured tension, like it's trumped up drama to make it interesting, and it didn't work for me. C minus. Leave a comment. Argue with me if you need be. Tell me why this is a great episode to you. Tell me. All right. Peace out.